Now, if you're making a cake at home for a birthday or for a celebration and you really want to take it to the next level, then I have the perfect trick for you. Spun sugar. It looks fantastic and it's actually not too hard to do. You just have to be careful because caramel is very hot. So to start with, we need to make a caramel. So I have some caster sugar, and there are two ways to make a caramel. You can do a dry caramel, meaning it's simply sugar and the heat and it melts together, or just for safety purposes and to ensure that it's perfect, I add a little bit of water to my sugar. So into a pot with my caster sugar, and we want about a tablespoon or two of water, and then we put the heat on. Now this is going to start to melt and it goes through stages. First of all, it'll start to turn into a sugar syrup, then it will start to thicken up a bit, and at 160 degrees is where it starts to turn colour and go beautiful and golden. That's where we really need to keep an eye on it to ensure that it doesn't burn. We'll take it off and I'll show you the next stage. But at the moment, keep an eye on it, keep swirling it until it starts to heat up and transform. This is changing colour dramatically, so we're going to turn it off. And just to make sure that it doesn't continue cooking, we get a little bit of water and cold, icy water here, and this will stop the cooking process really fast. So be really careful, it's hot. Place your pot inside the water really carefully, not to put any of the water into the caramel, and that'll stop the cooking process straight away so we don't get burnt caramel. So you can see that's halted the cooking process and it's the perfect deep colour. Let's get a little bit of baking paper. Let's place that onto my bench, and it's good that there's a little bit of water here so it doesn't move. And with two forks, back to back, like this, we're going to place the two forks into the pot, and once it's cooled down slightly, you'll see strands start to form like this. See how you get that almost drizzling effect? That's when it's ready to go. If it's not doing that yet, just let it cool down slightly. And then for the fun part, you can do it two ways. You can either do lines, just like this, and that'll start cooling down. Or because my cake is round, I get my sticky caramel and then from a height, twirl it around. And the faster you go, the thinner the strands will be. See there, it's almost going to be like floss. So just keep going. You'll get some thicker parts. It's a little bit messy, but it's a lot of fun, especially when you get a lot of it. So I'm going to keep doing this process from a height until we get our spun sugar all done. And then I can dress my beautiful chocolate and raspberry cake over here. So right at the end, it gets a little bit sticky. But have a look at this. This is so much fun and it just looks the best. That is a cobweb of sugar. It's like a work of art, if you like. Now I'm just going to break it up. Oh, just like fairy floss, but better, I reckon. And you can just place just on top of the cake like that. Or look, I've got so much of it. You can get a little bit carried away. Look at that. There was a cake under there, but now that is a cake that looks so professional and it's done at home, all with caster sugar. Very easy to do, looks spectacular.